And here's another story of somebody not being held accountable, and that's Hunter Biden for his laptop. I don't know if you've heard the latest that's come out on this, but they've now found emails on the laptop coming from former FBI director Louis Freeh. I don't know if you remember that name from the Clinton years. He was an FBI director under Clinton and for a little bit of time under George W. Bush. Louis Freeh, always considered an honorable man, but boy, you get a hold of these emails and you're going to find out how the Beltway really works. Because these are emails from Louis Freeh to, of all people, Hunter Biden. Now, can you imagine what the former director of the FBI is doing, corresponding by email with a crackhead? What's he doing? What do they have to talk about?
Hunter was pretty young during that time then, wasn't he?
Well, we're talking about 2016.
Yeah.
So, no, this is right in the middle of the throes of some of his problems, which he describes in his book. So this is right in the middle of that 13-day straight crack and vodka bender that he went on, where that's all he consumed, as he said, for 13 days was vodka and crack cocaine. Now, during this period, the former director of the FBI is corresponding with him about trying to work with him. And he says, and I love this, Louis Freeh calls Joe Biden Dad. He says, I would like to talk with you and Dad about working together next year. He goes on to describe some of the work that he's doing, including representing then Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, who was at the time under investigation for one of the world's biggest financial frauds. He's since been convicted and sentenced to 12 years in prison. But this is the kind of person that Louis Freeh was representing. Now, he says that he believes that they have, no doubt, many other options other than his small shop, but that he believes that they could have some interesting work together, and it would certainly be an honor to work with you both. He follows up about a month later and says, I also spoke to Dad a few weeks ago and would like to explore with him some future work options. I believe that working together on these and other legal matters would be of value, fun, and rewarding. Now, remember, this is Louis Freeh talking about Dad, Joe Biden. Well, then we come to find out, because he sends a further email in April of 2017, that in the year 2016, his family foundation donated $100,000 to a foundation set up, a trust set up for Hallie Biden, which was Beau Biden's widow, the one that hooked up with Hunter shortly after Beau Biden died, for Hallie's children, $100,000. And then his accountants look into it and say, hey, you can't do that. That's not a legitimate charitable contribution. So he's got to make a switcheroo. He's got to then make a personal donation of $100,000 and have the trust pay back his family foundation of $100,000. But you don't think that was a $100,000 gimme to say, hey, let's work together? See what a good guy, Dad, see what a good guy I am? I brought you $100,000. This is the former director of the FBI. And this is how things really work inside the Beltway. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.